Hi, this is Personal SEO Teaches how to set up SEMrush and the things that you can find out by using SEMrush. This is specifically for Lee Yusuf. But I'm doing this generally so that you can kind of get the idea. So if you have an SEMrush subscription, and we pay for different the middle of the road subscription, you will see a bunch of projects. And so based on the number of projects you have, based on the amount that you pay for. So for example, if you're an individual, do not buy the middle or the last project because you don't need that much stuff. So just buy the simple, their first plan, rather than the guru or the business plan. So I think we pay for this. If you're an individual, I would tell you to pay for this, the $100 a month plan. And again, this is kind of up to you. So here are the things that I do to set it up. The very first thing I do on a brand new site is I add the project. You add a project by typing in the name and the URL, and then that's it. And then I immediately do a site audit. But on some sites, you want to make sure that you're not editing all of the pages. Let me get rid of that. So there we go. For example, on property sites, I don't want to scan all of the property pages because there's going to be thousands and thousands of pages. Every single property listed for sale in Canada is on the site, and there's just no reason to do that. So click on the gear and then go to mask, and then disallow checking for pages with the URL starting with property search. So what I am telling the search bot, or the SEMrush bot, is that once it gets to property search, don't look at those pages and don't look at any other pages inside the property search. And so how I figured that is I went to Lee's website. My fingers are not working. And then I just clicked on, you can click search homes, and then you see where it says property search. And then I also clicked on a property and the URL stays property search. So therefore, every single property on this website is search engine friendly, which is great, and has a bunch of links and helps with the whole ranking of the entire website. However, I don't want to, we can't control these pages. These are all done by Sierra, and all this information is put in automatically. So I technically can't do anything with this page. So I don't want SEMrush to scan that page at all. The other thing is pages crawled. And so usually on the pages crawl, I usually set it around 1,000. With the beginning of Sierra websites, this is a Sierra site. On these sites, I set it at 5,000, and it would always hit the limit. And you could tell it hits the limit when it has that warning sign next to 200 by 200. I significantly reduced the amount of pages that we're going to crawl. But again, I'm looking at his site, and he has a bunch of pages. So again, I don't want anything that says property on it, because I don't want to also have to crawl all of the property pages. So I'm not going to hit rerun campaigns so that we can mess around with this. So out of the first 200 pages this bot scanned originally on the 28th, it found 27 errors. So when you click on the errors, it will tell you that 22 pages have the same meta description, 2 pages have duplicate title tags, 2 pages have duplicate content. These are all of the items to fix. All of these items are fixable. So you just click on them, and then you can kind of see what pages that need to change. And so again, you're going to see a lot of property search pages where there is absolutely no control here. These are global settings. So therefore, this result set is skewed. So when we rescan it, then it will give you the errors will increase, but all of the property subpages will be removed. Warning, same thing. Uncached JavaScript and CSS file, this would be a support ticket. External links that are broken. So every single time that he's linking to Lee Yusuf on his LinkedIn page, that page is broken. And so when it's linked everywhere, so usually this is, where is this social media? Is it in the footer? Yeah, so this page right here is broken, which it is. So again, if you look at this logically and go, wow, it's the same link every single time, it must, and it's on all of these pages, it must be in one specific area. So Lee needs to log in and fix his LinkedIn link. And then that would solve the problem here. With this as well, you can change the recrawl status, so it's scheduled weekly every Tuesday. This would automatically recrawl and send you an email of all the errors and everything that's happened. So this is really, really good in the fact that you can keep a handle of everything that's wrong with the site. But then again, you have to kind of look at it with eyes wide open so that you can see some of the errors. Low to text HTML ratio. These would be all these look like now that they are a bunch of static pages, and so there isn't enough content on these pages. So when you click here and you go to the page, this is the text, low text HTML ratio, and all of this is added in by a shortcode. So technically what it's saying is that there's light content on this page, add more content. I'm going to hit back. Or there's more code than content. Duplicate H1 tags. These are all of the pages you're duplicating the H1 tag on. Just log in and switch them. Fairly easy. 15 pages don't have meta descriptions. Just, these are kind of obvious. Too much between the title tags. So a lot of these you could kind of just pop in and go in and fix. I know it's disheartening when there's 196 broken links. The numbers can get large the more pages that you crawl. Back to overview. Notices. You can kind of fix these and kind of not. So outgoing external link contain no follow attributes, and I talked about this in my rank math video. Don't use no follow, just let the bot follow. And so this is Sierra doing this, and this is the thing at the very, very bottom. And so what I would do is, if I can control that, I would just remove it. You're not leaking anything to them because it's a no follow. I would just have that removed, and then probably 195 of them would go away. So this is the site audit. Again, every single page will be crawled. You would adjust how much would be crawled, and again, mask, remove, add the property search. Property dash search, especially for specific websites that, again, with real estate, you don't want to crawl SEMrush through all of the items. The other item to do in SEMrush is position tracking, which this is very powerful, and I really, really like it. His average position is 100, and the reason why is because he's doing one key phrase. And so I'll go to another project, as you can kind of see. Now we're working on this site, and in her position tracking, there's 336 key phrases, and so obviously the more key phrases you have, the lower the visibility that's going to happen. And then all of this is changed based on the amount of key phrases that you have, but then you then get a good idea of a very quick idea of where your pages are ranking. So before SEMrush, and then now as this continues to climb, this is exactly what we're looking for. So you could scroll down and say, okay, new page ranks 1, ranks 1, 1, 1. So now at the very beginning, what we're seeing is that on July 27th, this was 6th, and now it's 1st. And so if I just scroll down, you can see all of the pages that she ranks number 1 for, and then it obviously goes to 2, 3. This one went from 1 to number 2. So you could see this kind of jump around. This one went from 61 to 57. To 4, so it jumped 57 places. So as you add pages, as you add key phrases, this works fairly well. You are going to see this jump around randomly. So that went down 2, that went down 4. There's probably one that went down a whole bunch. But since I'm doing so many key phrases, I just want to give you the general idea. And then these pages aren't even ranked yet. So as they come online, then you will kind of see. So this was there, now it's not. So again, when you're looking at 300 key phrases, this is kind of the normal mean that you're going to have some that rank well, some that don't rank well, some that aren't even there yet. Google will find it eventually, and then we go from that point. So that is position tracking. Position tracking, you can add competitors to compete against competitors. I don't really advise that because it gets a little too competitive. And then this is updated weekly by email. So again, they keep adding things like cannibalization. You could go ahead and learn that. So then now you see here is the ranking and what their average position is, and so forth and so on. So it's really, really fun and really useful. Go back to Lee's page. And I'm noticing that some of these are set up, but it's all showing setup still when it has been set up. So that must be a SEMRush issue, just fine. The other major thing you could do on page, I would advise you to use all of these tools. Some of the tools I don't like are the social media poster. Just go to your social media and post them. Brand monitoring, if you're branding yourself or a brokerage, you would set that up there. The pay-per-click tool and ad builder are they're really great tools. I can't set them up because I don't have AdWords attached to this account. Organic traffic insights and backlink audit. I'll go into backlink audit next. Social, okay, wait, so let me go down. Social media tracker just tracks how many people like and share and engage, but you have to set up every single social media that you have. You can see that here. You set them all up and then you can see all the engagement. And so I'm not going to go through that just because it's literally sign into the social media, click on connect, click OK, and then you can start tracking. So if you're heavy into social media, then you would do that. Social media poster is different in the fact that you can post to all of your social media via SEMrush. So in other words, you could say, hey, on Facebook, you can create the whole entire post and then schedule it across all of the social media. The issues with Instagram, however, does not work. It will only send you a reminder to do it, it won't do it for you. I think the same things with Pinterest and YouTube. They just require a little more setup. Brand monitoring, if you go in, you could just, wow, we could spell your name right, Yusuf, by country, and then he is in Canada. And then again, the weekly reports, everything can be set up. You can also have a couple more key phrases. I'm just going to hit track. So I'm just doing his name, and then this will collect mentions and new mentions and keep a record of it. Backlink audit, and this is going to be off again because you need to connect to Google Search Console to it. So I tend to do the WW and the non-WW versions just because most people either link from one or the other, and they usually match. I've only had one occasion where it doesn't. So you just hit start backlink audit, and then it will go through and audit all of the backlinks, immediately saying connect to Google Search Console, which then once it connects to Google Search Console and Analytics, it will actually give you better results. So just be aware, the thing that you do is you go to Google Search Console in another tab, and go to Google Analytics into another tab, just like social media, and then click connect, you click a button, and then it's connected. Link building. I don't know. Oh, I clicked on link building. Okay, yeah, link building. So here are the key phrases that you want to bring links to. So for example, if I'm going to pick on Calgary condominiums just because. So if this is Calgary condominiums, I'm going to add that in here, and then oh, I guess I can add it here and then delete it there, and then hit competitors, and then find a competitor by just going to Google, and the first one is 0.2, and I'm actually, the first one, he's right here. That's amazing. Okay, so would I put Zillow there? No. Would I put 0.2? No, because those are large companies. But would I compete with Calgary Home CA, yes. And so at that moment, what I'm going to do is just copy them, go back into SEMrush, and then here is a competitor I want to perform, and hit add. Then hit start link building. What this is going to do is it's going to find all of the links that your competitor has, and then give you a list of what you can get those links to. It's great. It does help a lot. It just takes a while to collect and compose the data. So now, for example, we're going to find out all of the calgaryhomes.ca, all of the links that are going to this page. We're going to find out, and we're going to create the same page. So we're going to try and get the same links. So we at least have a pretty good idea. So there are 505 prospects which go from realtor.com. So now you can see all of the links that the person has, and then you would sort them by authority score, which would be the domain authority score. And the higher the domain authority, the better the link is going to be. So here is this weird link that has a 91% domain authority. So however they got their stuff on this page, I would go to SkyHub and see if I could do the same thing. That domain authority is insane, which is great. And there's another one, Weebly. So you could sort them this way and then find high quality domains and then get that same link by going to these places. That's what link building does. So then back from link building, it gives you, and again, I'm not going to go over the AdWords stuff, but I will set up organic invite. I can't do this because I need to connect it to my account. So you would just connect it, and then I would actually give you some more information. So let me show you another account. Where's Ellen again? It's fun to pick on her. So this is already set up with Ellen. So therefore, I can now see, hey, you know, this blog post did this one didn't do that well. You can kind of go forth and see which ones are working well for you and then double down on that. Homes for sale in Monroe, this seems to be working great, the ranking #1. So you can kind of see the insights of where your traffic is coming from, and it should give you some ideas as well. That's pretty much all of SEMrush. Content Analyzer, again, you can scrape your domain, analyze your content, and push yourself up a little more. For WordPress sites, I tend to use Rank Math for that. For Sierra websites like Lee's, you would use this, and it would analyze the content on those pages. So I'm just going to do Monroe and hit Start Audit. And then it will go through and analyze all of the pages when it was updated, and it's going to take just a little bit to do so. So these are all of the subpages of Monroe-ish, and that's how to do that. I won't go over reporting. I don't think you'll need to actually ever do reporting since it's your own account, but you can set up a report. So the major thing to do then is to make sure that everything is running weekly or monthly. Like a backlink audit, just do it monthly. You don't have to do that every week. The site audit, I would do that monthly. I wouldn't run that every week. Position tracking, however, I would run every other week. Since you're not paying for server load, then I would run position tracking every week. So since I do pay for server load, I kind of want to do it every other time. So that's it. So this is Personal SEO Teaches quickly how to use SEMrush, and have a good day.